Do. It's the pod.
Welcome to the G.A.Y pod!
Hi.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing so great.
Okay, so off rip, what I'm gonna say is, if you hear Percy, my son, I'm sorry, but he kind of committed a crime against me today, and he totally peed in something he shouldn't have. I will take. It takes two to tango, so I will take ownership in the fact that he only really does that if for some reason he deems his litter unworthy, and God forbid we forget one little tiny clump of litter, all of a sudden the whole thing isn't good. I have a diva. Like, he's a diva. Anyway.
He is. But he's so cute.
He's cute. I just want to say, our relationship our relationship has changed since before we started the podcast to now.
Spill.
And it's in the most annoying way.
Oh, no.
Because sometimes we cannot talk to each other about stuff like we would just normally do.
Yes. No, for real. Because we'll be like mid-conversation. He's like, nope. Gonna save it for the pod. I'm like, what the fuck,
honestly,
bro?
Our producer, Mac, is in the studio. Shout out, Mac.
Shout out, Mac.
Mac is the one that really gets us with it. It's like, hey, guys, maybe you should talk about this on the pod. Yeah. And we go,
we're like,
damn.
So we were just conversing, and then we just got to save it.
Literally. And I will say this, too, off rip on the episode. Then I'm going to throw it to Maddie. Do we know Sinners came out this week? Yes, we do. Did I watch Sinners this week? Yes, I did. Are Maddie and I tomorrow and Mac going to see Sinners? Yes, we are.
Yes.
So next week
we'll be talking about Sinners.
And I'm excited because you've talked about music on this podcast, so I'm so excited to hear about your thoughts on the music of Sinners.
I think I should give you like 30 seconds to rip because I feel like you're like about to combust because of how much you love this movie. So if you would like 30 seconds, I'll put you on the clock. I'll count in my brain.
Part of my 30 seconds is I want you to go to my Letterboxd right now.
Okay, bet.
Go to my Letterboxd profile. We're going to get a live facial reaction to this. Is this copyrighted?
Jeopardy?
Yeah, the Jeopardy jingle.
Probably.
The JJ.
Damn. Everything's copywritten.
Well, go to my actual profile.
Real. Oh shit! That's really funny because this was gonna be one of my topics today.
Oh, then talk about it.
I think this is great. We're talking about Letterboxd Tops 4. And if you don't know what that is, Letterboxd is a movie rating app where basically their whole shtick is like you get to pick your top 4 movies and then log movies and review them, and it's just a low-key kind of social network for movie reviewers and watchers. So wow, that's actually crazy. What did it take the place of?
This is going to be a controversial take. It was Parasite. Yeah. The silence in this room is kind of stunning.
Damn.
It was a tough decision, but it's and here's how I based my decision. I low-key already have also another really good Asian-based movie on there, which is Everything Everywhere All at Once. And so I just kind of thought, if I can have a movie on there that I think showcases more than just and no offense to Parasite, but just that showcases more than one culture and actually does a really good job at representing it and showcasing it. I think that deserves to take top ring. And also the fact that this movie, and then I'll be done. The fact that this movie was the first movie on CinemaScore to get an A, and it's a horror movie in the last 35 years is crazy. The fact that it has a 4.3 cumulative rating across all reviews is amazing. My Letterboxd has never been more unified in reviews than for this particular movie. So I think it just goes to show how impactful it was and how good it is. But also it's Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
I've said his name probably no less than 100 times in the last 3 days alone. But it's just, it is, he is one of the greatest directors of our time. To name top 3 that immediately come to mind: Jordan Peele, Bong Joon-ho, Ryan Coogler.
Yep.
And then it's like
Ding,
Coralie
ding.
Fargiet, Greta Gerwig. What's your letter? Let me see. Okay, should we read each other's Letterboxd top fours?
I love that.
Actually, yeah, let's do that. I know we're gonna talk about Drag Race. I promise we'll get to it. God.
Yeah, hold your horses. Damn, chill out.
No, but seriously.
So you said 2 of yours already. Wow. 5s across the board. That's crazy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wait, I wanna read Luke's review. Shout out Luke.
Shout out Luke.
I love that he saw it twice. Oh, okay, Luke. I see you.
Luke 8. So, what's your letterbox? Should we put our letterbox in or should we keep it secret? Oh,
Right there.
Okay.
Why not?
What is yours?
Great question.
Oh, you did just like my review of it, so maybe I can just...
I think it's just my name.
Same. I'm pretty sure mine is also just my name. Okay. Maddie's top 4, and I'll put it across the screen here too. Also, thank you guys for putting up with my editing. I like editing this. It's a lot of fun for me. Maddie's top 4, Lady Bird, That Thing You Do, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and A League of Their Own.
Yep.
The only one that surprises me is That Thing You Do. I've never seen it, but it's just because like there's a man in the poster.
Yeah, but who is that man?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah. That is the man.
Would it be so petty of me to be like, his son ruined his legacy?
Yes. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy's crazy. When he went on Z-Way, that was crazy.
Wow, he's a whole topic in itself. What, Chet Hanks?
Chet Hanks.
Anyways. Yeah, no, I love that. That's like a movie my dad showed to me. And it's like, it's his directorial debut, Tom Hanks. And it's just like about a band that happens to get like a one-hit wonder and kind of like follows their journey. And it's just really interesting.
I love that.
Yeah, and I had the CD. I have the CD. It's on my CD wall, featured in a few episodes ago.
Really? It is?
Yeah.
Did I cut to it?
No,
No,
you didn't.
okay.
No. But yeah, I love that movie and all those movies. Lady Bird is my number 1. Yeah. Gun to your head, you have to pick one. Pick. One of your top 4s.
Glow.
Ooh!
And I pick it because the movie has the... We've had, obviously, a lot of my favorite movies have to do with taking the idea of, is either reclaiming and empowering your own culture, your own race, or your own sexuality. And I also think that I Saw the TV Glow takes that spot. Number 1, because I saw it 8 times. Like, that's a lot of times. And also, I think that we do not have enough movies that talk about the transgender experience and what it's like. And I think this one, even as a cis man, I think this movie gave me an idea into what living day to day, like as a closeted trans person, is. And I think that it was also, of course, vampires are scary. Of course, killer clowns and all of those things are scary. But the horror movies that get me are the ones that talk about like mental health and also just the idea that there is a suffering greater beyond than just dying.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Not to get existential.
Yeah, damn.
Like when you watch that movie, like that fate seems like hell. Like,
yeah.
And that was the point. So the fact that, I don't know, I just think about that scream near the end and it really just breaks my heart into like a million pieces. Like it really is just really upsetting to me.
Yeah.
So, gun to your, I know you already said Lady Bird, but like
Lady
that
Bird.
makes sense.
It's Lady Bird. I love Lady Bird. I saw it in the theaters 3 times. It just was such a pivotal movie at such a pivotal time in my life. I literally was going through that plot at that same time. So it was like, hey, you're literally looking at a mirror. And it's just like a perfect coming of age movie. It's funny, it's heartfelt, it's horribly tragic at times, like just the moments that she goes through that feel so tragic at that age, and then you look back and you're like, wow, in hindsight it wasn't that bad. But like it's just such a good fucking movie. It's just a good ass movie.
Also, yes, does Saoirse Ronan eat it up? Yes, she does. But we gotta give it up for Laurie Metcalf.
Oh my god.
Because, whoa. I've known about her, and I've watched her since I was literally a child.
She's amazing.
Because my Dan loved... My Dan? Hi, Dan!
Hi, Dan!
My dad loved Roseanne. He fucking... And I understand. I get it. I still like watching Roseanne because at the time for 90s television, it was a insanely progressive show.
Yeah.
And talked about a lot of things, especially in like middle, lower class America, that it does a better job of highlighting that family and that dynamic and just that time period, I think, more so than a lot of other sitcoms do. Unfortunately, later on down the line, we know what happens with like Roseanne Barr, and that really sucks because she was the writer of that show.
Yeah.
But you know, Laurie Metcalf brought what she needed to bring to that movie, and even when she played Jackie on Roseanne, she was always the character that broke your heart. No matter,
yeah.
she was like the Ladybird of Roseanne. She always had something going on. She was always not fitting in and upset and sad and putting herself in situations she didn't need to be in, but she wanted to feel important. I think I remember showing you a clip from... No, I showed it to our other friends, but there's a clip that she does where she's trying to, like... She's sad and she's grieving the loss of her father, and she's talking to someone on the phone about it. She goes, "Dad's dead. He's dead. He's dead." And she just keeps repeating it louder and louder because obviously the bit is the other person can't hear or doesn't understand. And then she just eventually goes, "Dad's fine." It makes me laugh. I'll show you when we're done. It makes me laugh every time. If talking more about Letterboxd top 4.
Wait, you said 3 of yours already. So you said Sinners, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I saw The TV Glow, and your last one is The Substance.
Wow. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, The Substance is... Hey, like...
We've talked about it so much.
Yeah, you want to talk about technicality in a movie. You want to talk about performances in a movie. You want to talk about makeup and visual effects. And even though you are not going through the same things as Elizabeth or Sue, or another character that will remain anonymous for those of you who have not seen it, it does a really good job of really putting you in the fucking driver's seat and making you feel like you're going through it.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to watch. Like, I know my top 4 should not dictate what other people do. It should not dictate how other people interact with movies. But I think that, like, obviously there's 3 horror movies up there when before there wasn't. It was like more family dramas. But I just think that goes to show that over the last couple of years, like, horror movies have really hit it big. And I also think it's something that people want because the world is so fucking scary. So we might as well just spend more time being scared, but in a fun way, in a safe way. That doesn't come at the cost to us or our rights or our liberties or our individuality or... Yeah. That's why horror movies are great. Sorry.
No, period. Because you fucking ate that up.
I actually want to... Then let's do the inverse. Let's see if we can flip our Letterboxd around to see if we can look at our worst rated movies.
Oh my god.
Mostly because I don't think I know yours. Do they have a... Oh, yeah, there it is.
I have a very... I think I know the only movie I've given a half star to.
I have 4 down there.
Wait, how do you...
If you go to...
Wait, why do I feel like a boomer?
Yeah, there you go.
Swag. Wait, that's not... Hey, that's not...
Oh, you're on mine, girl.
Oh.
It's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Like, wait, I haven't seen those movies. Hey, girl. Wait, why?
I don't know why that button is.
Why am I acting like a boomer?
A low-key Letterboxd. Hey, if you're watching this because we mentioned you and you're probably in the title, can you fix where you can just immediately click the button to just look at all the movies that you reviewed? I think it should be up at the top. Oh, sorry, I'm cheating.
No,
wow,
you're so
okay,
good.
one of them you're kind of crazy for. Anyway. Do you want to go first or should I go first?
You can go first.
The Crimes of Grindelwald is down there. That movie was pretty bad. I saw that one in theaters. I low-key forgot I did. That movie's terrible, and it's J.K. Rowling inspired and produced.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Also,
that makes sense.
Also, it was just bad. Like, it just was not written very well. Like, I'm about to say it. Early AI probably wrote that script.
Sick.
Dinner in America is next. I know that's a hot take. However, I'm so sorry, Sav. If you're watching this, I love you so much, girl. I could not fuck with this movie in any way, shape, or form. It just did not speak to me in any way, and I watched it because my coworker Sav recommended it, and then also a bunch of people on TikTok said it was, shout out Sav. A bunch of people on TikTok said it was good. So I took a chance. I went and I watched it. No. Bad. I told you my favorite swear word last week. Unfortunately, they used it in this movie in a not romantic way. And if the character was a little bit hotter and the story was a little bit better, maybe I could have tolerated it. But it just, no. My next one, I think might get a reaction from our producer. Maybe, and maybe you. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
Damn. I mean, I get it.
The books
like,
are just so good. Like, it's really hard.
Like, you're not wrong. They just... Like, how many stars did you give it?
Half.
Oh.
I love those. I love those books. Sorry.
Damn.
I love those books. And when I watched it as a little kid, I was like, this better be better than the book. Nope. That was when I learned a very important lesson early on. Is that sometimes... sometimes the movie is not better than the book, folks. Exactly. And people that say that don't read or don't like to read. So, and then my last one is Pixels. I think that goes to say I like campy and I like stupid and I like fun, but that just again it like they could have done a lot more with it and they chose to do nothing. Like, how do you have a movie with video game characters but not even introduce the idea of, like, doing mini boss fights throughout your movie?
Yeah.
Don't get it. Real quick, just running through the last ones. Boss Baby, The Last Airbender, duh. The Death Note live-action movie, Truth or Dare, Veronica. The Strangers Come at Night. I know that's a hot take. Home Alone 3. And then maybe I should go back and give this one a half star. It's gonna be such a hot take. Call me by your name. Hot take, I know. Anyway, what are yours?
Really?
No, get
Damn.
me. Whack me again. Tell me why I'm wrong. Whack me again.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna whack you. I just
should.
like that movie. I have nothing to back it up. I just like gay movies. Like, literally, if you want me to watch any piece of media, just mention that somebody's gay in it.
You still haven't watched Arcane?
I watched the first season.
The second one's even better.
I know, that's what...
More lesbians.
More gays. More lesbians. Like, seriously, if you want me to watch something, just...
That's how I got her into Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, for real. That's literally... He was like, it's gay. And I said, bet. Like, let's go.
And then I said they eat each other. And Maddie said, bet. And I was like, well...
I just really like the cinematography in that movie.
I agree. That's probably the only redeeming quality.
It's really beautiful. And Timothée Chalamet is such a good actor.
People always use the dad's quote at the end of the movie, but I thought it was so long. It's such a long quote just to say like a one sentence like thing.
But Timothy crying through the end credits, hey, that was insane.
Oh, I thought that was the corniest part because I said, this dude literally told you what his business was about and you're a fucking fool if you thought you were going to be able to change his mind.
Yeah, but it's just sad still. Hey, what do we just sad still? They had a beautiful relationship.
Or one with a pretty decent age
gap. Okay, my lowest Letterboxd movies are the lowest one I have is Glass.
Honestly, you kind of ate with that.
I don't really remember it, to be quite fucking honest, and I think that says everything.
Yeah.
My review said James McAvoy is such a brilliant actor. I don't understand why he takes such shitty roles.
Yeah.
I also had Judy down there. It's a movie about Judy Garland.
Oh, I remember you fucking hating that.
I fucking hated it. Everybody loved it. Renee Zellweger got nominated for a bunch of awards for that movie, and she won. And I thought, didn't think it was that good. I remember being very mad. I have a whole fucking paragraph here if you want to go read.
Crazy. Yeah, I also, for Dinner in America, mine's this long. It's crazy, actually.
Damn, you're gonna hate me for this one.
I know, I already saw it. It's okay.
Doctor Strange.
That's okay. It did make one of the atrocities of race changing a character that did need to be race changed. I know you didn't know that, but I disagree with that as a person. Mm-hmm. Flashback 10 minutes ago. But, like, that's okay.
I don't like Marvel movies. Contrary to popular belief, as much as Antonio will make me watch them, and I will, because there are lesbians in them, they're not my favorite, and I'm never gonna go for them.
Can I throw 2 at you or 3 at you and see what your response is?
Yes.
So we watched this one together. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Black Panther.
Love.
Black Panther 2.
Didn't watch that one.
That one's really good.
Bet. Okay. Well, maybe I'll.
Angela Bassett was snubbed.
Then the last one up here on 4 is Twisters, which is the Twister sequel.
I'm actually kind of shook by that. That makes me kind of sad. It's because they didn't kiss at the end, huh?
I said 1 star for Anthony cheating Ramos, another for lack of kiss between Kate and Tyler, and final star for Fire Tornado. Here's my whole fucking thing. Okay. I know it's not going to be a realistic movie. I know it's not going to be a realistic movie. It's fucking Twisters. You start throwing fire tornadoes, bro. Have we lost the sanctity of Mother Nature? What the fuck is that? Like, I genuinely don't understand.
Well, Bestie, what if I told you that is like a naturally occurring phenomenon?
No, but not in the way that they did this in this movie.
Wait. That makes sense. They are. Like when you're like sometimes in Nevada when you're driving through the desert and bushes and stuff catch on fire. Sometimes the winds literally make a fire tornado. Probably not to that, but like it happens.
Damn.
Fact checked it. It's correct.
God damn it.
Our producer slid in and said it was right.
No, literally though, but it was like a big oil refinery and the fucking tornadoes went through the oil refinery and fucking put the tornadoes on fire.
Oxygen and wind do feed flames.
Shut up. Shut up.
This is the first time Maddie's been like, you need to shut the fuck
up.
I'm so sorry, bestie, but honestly, that's so funny that you're like, the last straw for you in that movie was fire tornadoes.
That could not happen. There's no fucking way.
Now tonight I want to watch that movie for the sole purpose of seeing what the fuck you were talking about.
Holy shit, that's so funny.
There was another movie about tornadoes that wasn't Twisters that had a fire tornado in it. And it was pretty graphic because a guy got sucked up into it and you saw his flaming body fucking like up to the sky. It was crazy.
That's fucking insane.
I'm sad that you didn't like Twisters. I kind of wanted to see it with you because I thought it'd be campy. Do you like the original one?
I love the original.
Beef!
Well, I love to hate the original.
Oh, why?
Because my dad would play it all the time growing up. Like, if Twisters was on the TV, that shit was on. Like, he loves that movie.
My dad and literally my cousin Vinny. Anytime my cousin Vinny is on, he's on it.
That's a thing. Dads have a movie.
It's their comfort movie.
It's like they will just, anytime.
My grandpa's How to Train Your Dragon.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's so fucking
I have vivid
cute.
memories of him laying back on the carpet just with his hands behind his head, just staring up at the TV watching How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh my god. Wait. Okay.
I don't think my mom has one. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. She mostly like throws on a TV show.
Real.
But do you have a movie that you think is going to be like when you get older, you're just like, I'm going to put this on in the background?
Ooh. That's a good question. God, I feel like low key, I hate to say it because it's a Disney one. I love Inside Out.
No, that's a good choice.
Inside Out is so good.
Now we're gonna get copyright because it's fucking Disney.
Yeah, they said.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shh, hey, shh. Don't say that.
Don't say that.
From
Don't say that.
Maddie not liking horror movies, she quotes that one so much, but it's such a good one. And also that movie, slept on. Let's
yes.
wake it up. The Candyman sequel, really good.
It was so good.
Really good, actually. You like a slasher, and it's also really good too because it really is like and it's kind of grotesque to say, but like the knife. The sound when it goes in and turns and rips is so like gross, but it's so satisfying, right? Like you're like, you get him!
I love how they shot that movie in Chicago, and I love how they shot it on like angles. Like I just remember like a lot of like angular shots.
The one, first of all, the beginning being upside down, mirrored,
yes.
crazy.
8.
Second, the one where he's walking through the museum and you can't tell if he's in something or he's walking through a doorway, so good.
Yes.
Actually. They also picked a lot of really cool buildings that helped with the like dream-like state of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we might need to move on from movies otherwise, because we're half an hour about movies. Yeah, what is
I've got beef. Okay, you told me this week. So on the channel Dropout, there is a show called SmartyPants. And essentially, what they do is they make a PowerPoint presentation and about any topic that they want, like literally any topic, like why pencils are better than pens, why one of the girls.
My ears are getting so hot. You really came with the seats.
Front to back, baby.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Okay. So Antonio mentioned this episode, and her name is Jess, right? Yes, Jess. Hey, Jess. She made her presentation on why concerts suck, and I said, actually, I don't want to hear anything that she has to say. I completely disagree. But I said, let me hear her out. So I watched the episode. And I said, you make some valid points, but a lot of them are very invalid. And let me tell you why. Let me educate. And I'm here to help. This is not like a I own you situation. I got you. This is me presenting my information to you, and I hope that you can use what you need and leave what you don't. Okay. I'm not even joking. It's front to back.
I'm so excited.
Okay, Jess, the first point that you make is you can't ever get the pre-sale codes. Baby girl, this is just so wrong. It's so easy to get pre-sale codes. You go to the artist's website, you go to their Instagram, any of their social medias, it's probably on there. You might have to dig for a little bit. If you want the tickets to the concert, you got to put in the work. I'm sorry. That's just how it's going to happen.
Bow, whack her again for me.
If they don't have that on their social media or their website, you go to their Ticketmaster. You follow them on Ticketmaster. When their tour comes around, they're going to send you the pre-sale code. Just follow them. You follow them on everything else, I bet. Okay, next point. Outfit expenses. Yeah, that's actually valid. But, like, thrifting? You can find so much cute shit at a thrift store.
I think in LA it's like a cultural, like, barren wasteland for thrifting, but I'm also not there, so I don't know.
That's your fault if you live in LA. I'm sorry.
Whack 'em again. Yeah, actually.
I'm sorry. It's just overpopulated, and but I get it. Like, you gotta go there for work. But anyways, thrift, or just wear a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, because who fucking cares? Here's my. I saved this for the end, but I'll kind of expand on it right now. You can't give a fuck about anybody else at concerts. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And I am also one with social anxiety and anxiety, and you just have to fucking. Here's what I think. Am I ever gonna see these people ever again in my life? And the answer is probably not. And that's what I tell myself. Next one, parking/Ubering. Solution, public transit. Especially if you're in like a big city. Obviously, this isn't going to apply to every venue. But, public transit. Shout out Climate in Transit.
Shout out Climate in Transit.
Next point, lines. Literally nothing good about them. No, they fucking suck. She was so right. She ate.
Do you think the merch? I think the merch thing, it was something that stood out to me, because if I'm going to a concert, I'm paying for merch to know that, so that everyone around me knows I went to. I went to that
concert. Exactly. Here's my little hack. Usually, if they're not a big artist, they won't sell out of that merch, so it'll go on sale at the end of the tour, and you just have to wait and buy it online. Boom.
But for bigger artists, you
gotta just bite the bullet. You gotta bite the bullet. See if they have, a lot of big artists have like stands the days prior, so you can go before the concert, or they have it open before the concert, so you can go early. I don't know. Little tip. Bags. That's literally a fucking skill issue. That is a skill issue.
Sorry, that's so funny.
Your shit should already be in your bra. You're not getting a bag through a concert. Don't even try. There's no point of even trying. Shove that shit in your bra. If it's small enough, shove it in a shoe. Like, I do the man thing and I shove everything in my pockets. It's literally a skill issue. I don't know what else to say.
That's me. Literally, when I couldn't get into the Thorns game, like, you have to get a locker. I'm like, what if I just put it under my shirt? And guess what I did? I just put it under my shirt.
Exactly. Like, it's a skill issue. God damn. My throat, like, itches. That's why I said goddamn.
This is Maddie doesn't get not that you don't get passionate about a lot of things. You don't become the hater or the antithesis to somebody as often as I would like you to. So the fact that you walked up into my apartment with a piece of paper covered front to back with an analysis of this presentation, which by the way is for comedy, and I think this is all for comedy. This is all the name of the bit. This is just so funny because I just love you. I love you so much because, like, concert going is Maddie's love language. If you're gonna, like, love Maddie, gotta at least see one show with her. Otherwise, boom, you're out. Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be music. It could probably be like a play. It could be wrestling. It could be like a sporting event. You just gotta go and do live things with Maddie, which is really ironic because of the aforementioned social anxiety/anxiety.
Yes.
But, like, you literally turn into a different person. Like, when Maddie was my savior during the Billie Eilish concert at Life is Beautiful, I was going to freak the fuck out and pass out, and I really wanted to leave, but Maddie was like, you're going to regret it if you leave, you dumbass, so just stay. And I was like, fine, and I'm so happy I let her talk me into staying.
Because we had a fucking blast.
We had a blast and so much good footage.
Ugh. See, you just got to do it. You just got to do things. That's just like living life, you know? Mm-hmm. I think this is a huge debate when it comes to concert goers, and I have a firm stance on it. People standing. If you have a problem with people standing, again, skill issue, you need to buy the better seats. If you don't want to have any butts, you need to buy the front row. You need to cough up the money and get in the front row. I'm there to dance and shake ass. Sorry. Yes.
Do you think it's fair to say, though, that most of the people in there are going to be standing anyway, regardless of the seat?
Exactly. Like, you are at a concert to stand. I'm sorry. Like, it's just not, I don't take that. Concerts are for listening to music, and you know what that means? Dancing.
Real.
I'm shaking ass.
Dance.
Your fault for buying bum ass seats. That's exactly what I wrote. I do fucking stand by that. I don't know.
I do think
fucking annoying.
I do think saying just concerts was maybe a bold take, because I would say stardom level concerts are a lot more of a different experience than an indie show.
Yes.
Like, my difference between seeing Billie Eilish and John Bellion,
completely different.
John Bellion was at a smaller venue. John Bellion had less people in the audience. There were no sitting options. It was, and same thing with Billie though, but like, it really changed the vibe. Did my feet hurt like a bitch afterward because I was a dumbass and I wore Converse? Yeah. But like, I think the way you should approach a concert is the same way you would approach a theme park.
And to that, the foot pain and the back pain and all of the body pains, for that, I just have to say, like, you knew that you were going to be at that concert that day. This typically is not usually a thing that's sprung up on you. You have it planned. Yeah. You're going to get the fit. Like, everything's going. Buy the Advil while you're at Target. Buy the good liquid gel, like, fast acting.
Take an edible.
Like, take an edible.
Drink.
I said... Right here. Well, this is very not nice, but I said, suck it up, Buttercup. Pop some Advil before the show and drink a beer, and it'll all be all right.
That's so funny because, I mean, also, yeah, like, that's mainly the reason why I don't go to concerts is because they're also a stamina event. It's a stamina
100%.
event before, during, and after.
Oh, my. And you don't even know. Like, you don't even know. If you're camping, oh, that's a whole different fucking thing. Like, people will wait.
But if you have the tickets, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but if it's standing room only, you want to get close, you want to be close. I have stood. I have waited. We have been up at 9 a.m. We were in line. We had breakfast, lunch, and dinner in that fucking line. Like, it is a serious thing that people get down and dirty to do. It's like that's a whole different thing.
That's crazy.
But it's an endurance race. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You gotta pace yourself, and you gotta take the Advil. You really do. That'll also help with the ear pain for when you're in those smaller venues.
Oh, I never really thought about that.
Also, earplugs.
Yeah. Very important for concerts. Hey. We don't want tinnitus
protect
by the
your
time
ears.
we're 34.
Protect your ears, babies. Like, you only got one set. Oh, I love this. I do 100% agree with her when she's like, why is the artist asking us, like, you got to do better than that? Or like, what's up, Portland? Let me hear a cheer. Oh, no, you got to do better than that. Why are you asking again? Hey, I did my best. We all tried.
I normally don't give the second one because the first one took my throat out, and
exactly.
I'm not doing the heavy lifting again for other people that decided not to do that.
No, and I always do the heavy lifting. Like, I am gonna be that bitch that screams. I am gonna be that bitch that gets way too into it because I eat that shit up. I'm not doing it again. I don't have we gotta pace ourselves. I know you're gonna do that.
It's a marathon.
8 more.
It's not a sprint.
Bingo. I'm gonna do that 8 more times during the night. I can't do it an extra time. Like, we're really, we're strict about that. We got vocal cords, too.
Can't the Advil help with that?
Maybe a little lozenge? Maybe a little throat coat? You know, artists need it, but we need it, too, baby. Come on. Protect your fans. Protect your people. Role model.
I never thought the word lozenge. Oh,
love you. Jess brings up the point of she doesn't like how the set list changes because you listen to the album front to back, which I respect the hell out of her for saying that, because most people, I feel like, don't listen to the album top to bottom.
I do.
I think it's one of the most important part about listening to music. You have to listen to it top to bottom. But I do think it is super fun to find new music in concerts. Like, when I don't know a song, I'm like, wait, that's a banger. Let me go add it to my Spotify.
Did you see one?
Spotify! Oh my god, there's one.
Literally Percy.
Why can't I talk? I feel like whenever we get on a fucking podcast, I like turn into this where like I'm like slipping and slurring my words. Like every fucking time I end this and I'm like, I can't talk.
You know what might help with that? A lozenge.
A lozenge. Oh my god.
Oh.
Holy shit. In my last bit, I had to agree with yes, phones are the worst at concerts, Jess. You are absolutely 1 bajillion% right. It ruins the experience, especially when you have a 6-foot man already in front of you and he's just like this for his girlfriend, and you know he's not gonna fucking watch that video and he's just doing that to get laid that night. Like, that's really frustrating. To know that, like, I listened to the album 46 times before I got here.
And once again, talking about the folly of man and how they ruin everything.
That is a huge thing I would be willing to stand on why men suck. Because there always happens to be a fucking tall one in front of me at a concert.
It's never been a tall woman. It's never been a big lady.
No!
That's kind of upsetting, actually.
No, it actually really is. It's always a man.
Well,
the guy in front of us at Billy.
I also feel like the tall girlies would get the seats that are more far back, maybe. Or they might do a crouch.
Mac and I had an incident. We went to a concert last Wednesday, and there was a tall lady, and she was just towering. And I said, you go, girl, but now I can't fucking see. So, but she was like way in front. But it's still. It's okay, because we're there for the music.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important part is to, you just gotta forget everybody that's there. And, it really is just more fun to give in. And instead of looking at the people dancing and having a great time and rocking out and thinking, why can't I do that? Just join them.
You become. Yeah.
You just become one of them. No, seriously, like, I know I say that like in a silly, goofy way, but like
real.
For real, like, just let it. Like,
during the Billy concert, one of the biggest things that I learned is like I heard Maddie yelling and screaming, so I started doing it and singing along, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is why. I was like, this is it.
You get a hoot and holler for no reason, like.
I do also want to say though, as funny as it was that Jess made this whole slideshow, she also had so much evidence from so many shows as to why it sucked that it was like, and my favorite thing is someone at the end was like, well, are you going to keep going? And she goes, yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's why I respect her, because game respects game. Like, she sees it and she can point out those flaws, and you know what? Hell yeah.
And like in a perfect world, none of these things would be even a contested issue or an issue at all to begin with. If tickets were affordable. I will also say one of the things that you didn't mention that I think is important. The scalping game also makes the ticket buying stuff almost unbearable.
No, that's actually insane, and that's great that you brought it up, because I do want to touch on that. Do not, I repeat, I would not buy your tickets through a third-party vendor, SeatGeek, Vivid Seat, like those sites like that. Like, it seems like you're getting a real ticket, but you just never know. You never know, because you don't think it's going to happen to you until it happens to you. Go through Access, go through Ticketmaster, go through like the vetted sites, go through whatever that artist has on their website. Like, don't Literally, I probably wouldn't see a show if I couldn't buy a verified ticket.
I was going to say, I think the only way I would buy a ticket is through whatever link is on the artist's website.
Yeah. It really is.
And if it's too expensive, guess what I'm going to do? Not go.
Except shout out to the Timothy Chalamet fan page that sold me Life is Beautiful tickets
That's
2 years
crazy.
ago.
That's actually really crazy. That's so funny.
Shout out. I think it's Timothy Chalamet Daily or Timothy. Wait, gotta check.
And I'm going to say real quick while Maddie looks this up, I am not a concert girly whatsoever. I think I can do theme parks. I can do crowded movie theaters. I can do a crowded restaurant, or I don't know, like I can do crowds in a lot of places, but like concerts and bars and clubs specifically, I think it's just too many overstimulating things at once, and there's not a lot that I get out of it, right? So a concert, you argue you get the music, but like I also am like a physical person. So like, cool, I have the memories of going to the concert. I have a video or two, but I also need the like merch, and I want to buy like the shitty arena food. And so when I don't get those things, or when the wait isn't worth it, I'm just like, out of the 3 boxes, one of them I just have to not check because I can't do it. But same thing with bars or clubs.
Yeah.
Like, it's the loud music. It's a bunch of people. It's a bunch of people yelling also next to me. And I think those things I don't do well with. But then you would ask the question, well, Antonio, how do you do theme parks? And I could always dip into a store or a restaurant. I could always find a place to just park it and sit. Rides, most of the time AC controlled line queues.
I love that.
And also the food.
Did
I say the food? I had the food.
Theme park food is actually insane sometimes.
Really good.
It's
really
actually
good.
really
The
crazy.
prices are fucking crazy. The food's really good. We need to talk about Drag Race before we end it.
Yes, agreed. Also, side note, do you have a charger?
For my phone? For your phone?
For my phone.
I do, yeah.
I love you.
I swear to God, every time Maddie comes over, she's like, can I charge my phone?
It's because I literally never charge my phone.
Gag it.
Because here's the thing. I don't know, if you need me, just send like a pigeon. I really wish I could throw out my phone. I really wish I could. I really wish I could have like a little pigeon and just send it to people and be like, hey girl, how's it going?
Well, how am I supposed to send you TikToks?
You just describe it to the pigeon and then it'll like dance it out to you.
Honestly, yeah.
I'll teach him.
We should give pigeons jobs again, because
No.
we did kind of breed them and bring them here, and then we left them out.
That's what I'm saying. We fucking...
Justice for pigeons.
Justice for pigeons. Justice for pigeons.
Justice for pigeons. And speaking of pigeons, a lot of you bird-ass motherfuckers are in the comments on a bunch of Drag Race posts.
That's
and
a great
are on the
segue.
internet being like, Jewel Sparkle, what about Jewel? What? Hey, so stay mad, number 1. Number 2, it's not changing. Number 3, they're still going to go on tour together. They just announced a tour together. Number 4, RuPaul's Drag Race is going to champion them the same, and there's nothing you can say to that board of people to make them champion one over the other. And 5, if you think for a fucking second that Anya shouldn't have won, you don't understand how the show works. You are not watching the show how it was intended to be watched. You are watching the show to play favorites. And unfortunately, this is a game. So, in the game, if all of a sudden, however many challenges you have doesn't matter because it's down to the one lip sync at the end, why would any of the queens try? Throughout the entire season, why would they try and not just save everything for the last fucking lip sync? Why? If we're just going to say the last lip sync, which, by the way, all of those things are just niceties and performances, so that way the last episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, the finale, isn't just 10 minutes. They say it's a lip sync, but those things are... This entire fucking... the finale as a whole is just one big... I can't think of the word. Is one big formality. It's just to be nice and say, look at the season that we've had. Here are all the previous queens. Here's a fun little gaggy moment. Now, here are your top 4 giving you a drag show. The last episode of the finale is a drag show. It is not a challenge because they never address it as such. It is not a performance, like a planned choreographed thing that we see on camera. It is literally a showcase for the top 4. It does not impact the judging at all. Go.
I think the only thing that RuPaul needs to do and production needs to do is to clarify that, because there's no clarification, because every week before it's a judged by week basis, so that's completely fine, and they have been doing that every single season, is just judging based off the entirety of the season. But they need to make that clear that last lip sync, that is not like a lip sync for your life. This is a showcase. This is a show. Like, this is for, this is for showing off their talents and their abilities.
And I think it's also fair to say that, like, Maddie and I come from the video and film production world, so we kind of know, right? Like, and we can also tell, and I would say in the editing, the third episode until the finale, that's the episode. That's the last one where judging happens. That's the last one where a rubric is filled out. That is the last one, period. The last 2 episodes, whether it's a reunion or it's a lip sync Lollapalooza, and then the finale, those are both formalities, so that way the queens who are participating in this season get another check before they leave to make almost the entire experience worth it for them monetarily. Because Drag Race as an entity, which I think is cool, they only just recently started paying the girls per episode. But Drag Race as a whole and as an entity understands that when you're taking drag queens out of their setting and out of their bar circle, you need to be able to pay them, so that way more drag queens want to come to Drag Race, instead of looking at it as, well, I spent $10,000 for my kit and I only showed off 1,000. Girls don't go.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to reiterate that you can play favorites and you can do that, and that is also the point of the show. It is to pick a queen you want to win. It is that, like, sportsman-like aspect of the show. However, the finale does not dictate, and notice the critiques that the judges give in the finale are only complimenting them. They are only complimentary towards them. They aren't knocking points. There isn't like a final deliberation. It's already been decided previous. So for all of you who are saying it was rigged and Anya was going to win from the first episode, that's because she did so by talent and skill.
Yeah.
That's because consistently every week, even when she was in the bottom, she still got praised.
Facts.
So, and we could even argue that her bottom placement was just because of how many people were left.
100%.
So, yeah, I'm mad that I'm seeing people say that. Jewel Sparkles has also taken a break from the internet and from Twitter and everything because people have been so mean to her friend, her castmate, her sister, someone she cares about more than a bunch of you bird-hating ass bitches. So, it's just, every time someone wins Drag Race, we can never just have a good time.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it comes at the expense of me, who may like that queen. But even if I don't want to be the person that goes, this person didn't deserve to win.
Well, and
while
it's like,
I am sitting from my couch not doing drag.
Exactly. It's fucked up. It's fucked up to say it's not fair for someone to win. Like, hey, actually, this person spent the same amount of time, worked just as fucking hard, and they won because they're fucking better. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
It's just like, it's not...
If all of a sudden 5 challenge wins don't mean you win the crown, then why do we have challenges? Why isn't this just a big pageant?
Yeah.
Why isn't this just one big drag show that ends after an episode? It's because, obviously, the challenges fucking matter.
Yep.
Sorry, Jules only got 2 wins. That sucks. Maybe a girl should have tried harder. I don't know. I think she tried in a great amount. I think this top 5 even was one of the strongest top 5s we've gotten in Drag Race history.
I don't think it's about working harder. I think it's just that Anya was just... she knew who she was from the beginning. She had her style, and she went in and she fucking executed. She knew what she was there to do, and there was nothing fucking that up. Like,
yeah, no one was
stopping her. And that's it. That's purely it.
Yeah, and also
Jules is what? Fucking
20
like
something?
20 something?
Yeah.
Like,
You think she's not coming back for All
Come
Stars?
on. Oh,
yeah,
well,
be real. Yeah,
womp,
please.
womp.
Yeah,
She's coming
like,
back.
Hello, like y'all are acting like you're never gonna see her again. And
Lydia,
honestly,
Susie, Jules.
Yeah, and honestly, if you never see her again, that's because you're not following
That's
her
your
anywhere.
fault,
That's
literally.
your own fucking fault. Damn. Because let me tell you what, a drag race crown, a crown from Drag Race, or a drag queen is not made from a crown on a TV show. A drag queen is made from the community that they foster, the
Facts.
shows that they perform, the art and dedication that they put into their craft. Those things make a drag queen. A plastic crown from a TV studio, it doesn't really mean anything because drag existed before that plastic crown, and drag is probably going to exist after that plastic
Also,
crown.
you can take it from this season. Corey King
Yeah.
already built a fucking community
So fast, too.
so fucking fast. Like, it's on you and it's on the queen, and it's just like...
And those of you who are also, like, even as girls were being eliminated, those of you who are, like... This is why I also think that they should end Drag Race as a punishment. Like, I'm so for just ending the show. They shouldn't, because it's a beacon of light and hope and possibility for a lot of queens out there, and especially baby queens and queer people. Mm-hmm. So it sucked to end it. But, like, honestly, I think it's getting to a point where the fan base is so obnoxious and so not fun to be in. And when you're in the right niche, it is. But the fact that consistently, time and time again, we get nasty fucking sides of people when this is supposed to be a community building show.
Yeah.
We have people that are taking it to the extreme and just being a fucking dick and saying, well, that's what the judges said. It's a show. It's produced. Hello? It's edited, too. Did you know that? Did you know that, actually, they don't cut the cameras and just stitch that together. They actually, like, have hours upon hours upon hours of footage that gets edited.
Yeah. It's just like, use your
Bottom line is, you want to know what this comes down to? Intelligence.
And it's also just coming down to being, like, the better person.
Yeah, and a good person at that.
Yeah.
Would you, if you are the type of person to go up to a drag queen in real life and be like, that sucked or you suck, fuck you. You should.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, if you do that, you're fucking crazy.
And I bet half of you, again, bird-ass bitches, would never do that because you don't have the balls to do it in person.
They would not.
You do have the balls to do it from your couch, not in drag or not doing drag, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever tweeted a queen that I hated unless they had a reason to hate them. Sharon Needles. She's racist.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Tough. Fucking
tough.
loser. Closing thoughts? Here are my closing thoughts.
This could be a yes or no question.
Okay.
Is the Barbie movie a good litmus test to see if a man is good?
Yes.
I agree.
That's it.
Closing thought?
That's it.
Oh, what was yours?
Concerts are fun, and you should go to more, and you should come to more with me. You and you.
Wah.
Mwah.
Bye. Do, do, do.